And looks like we are set to go. And we are ready to throw it off. And Knox will put it up in the air, and away we go. And Harris will take it from the 26-yard line. He's across the 25, still on his feet. And the Turf Monster playing a little bit of a role here as he is to about the 29-yard line, and Southern and Moore combine for the tackle. So that's where Over the Top will maintain and have their first possession of this evening's ball game, which, again, we were originally slated to come on the air at 1 p.m., but there was a forfeit by the Hunters, which gave the Outlaws the win, and it gave the Outlaws perhaps an inside track to the number 3 seed in this current playoff scenario, which, again, if Sick wins, they'll basically will be in and pretty much locked in as the number 2 seed, with the playoffs starting next Sunday, 28th.
All right, so it looks like Sickwidit is coming out with CJ, No, and Ahmad on the D line, Joe Jackson at linebacker, Curtis Jackson.
And Lavish.
And is that Dion on the other side?
That looks like Southern. Yes, it is. No, it's not Southern. It's,
I can't see that number over there.
Is it Shep? No, Shep's on the sideline.
Shep's on the sideline. Far side DB.
Trying to get a number, can't get a gauge. Tannehill's in at quarterback. And it's a give straight up the middle. It's taken by Wallace Grimsley.
Ahmad on the tackle, Lavish with the cleanup.
And that is DeMario Grace for Sickwidit at number 16. That's the other defender you're trying to get a gauge on, Scotty.
Heard, understood. All right, we're getting a new look at a different corner over there.
Again, Kyle Tannehill at quarterback. That was Wallace Grimsley, number 2 on the carry.
I don't mind this look from OTT. It's going to be a long game for him in the trenches.
2nd and 10. Tannehill will put it up for the first time, rolls out, and Ahmad Awada from behind brings him down, and there's a late flag, and they're probably going to get him for a horse collar.
But nobody left.
No.
Everybody stayed to block, and he dropped back to pass. I don't know if that was like a design draw play or what, but
I think they were trying to get somebody open down the field. Unfortunately, it didn't work, so Tannehill had no chance but to run the ball. And Ahmad did grab him for the horse collar.
And he's got a limp going, as you can see, as they're moving the chains. And it puts OTT at the 47-yard line. At the 13-minute mark, here to go. 1 of 2 here on Fox 5.2 and Cox Channel 125, all part of the Silver State Sports Entertainment Network. And that is Hornbreak. Jahiel Hornbreak gets the carry to the near sideline, gets near about a yard or 2. And they'll put that at the 48-yard line. So a gain of 1. Sets down 2nd and 9 with 12 and a half to go here in the first quarter. So again, OTT playing spoiler, trying to put a dent in the point differential. Sick trying to win and at worst stay the number 2 seed and have an outside shot to possibly be the number 1 seed again. But of course, that depends on what happens between the Alliance and the Insomniacs in our nightcap here tonight.
It's an interesting lineup.
Tannehill goes to the right, and he's across midfield. Curtis Jones knocks him out of bounds for a minimal gain. Sets up 3rd down and manageable. 4 over the top. As we look at the replay here.
Well, replay to us. Remember,
that's true, too. Or not. Sets down 3rd and about... looks to be about 4. Ball inside at the 47-yard line.
I'm still trying to figure out what OTT is trying to do out of this, because we have a man that always seems to step up, take that outside blocker, but then he goes out for a pass.
And there's Hornbreak. And Hornbreak cuts back inside, gets a 1st down for over the top. And the whistle stops the play. But Jahiel Hornbreak gets a 1st down for over the top.
So sorry. I really like the play calling for OTT right now.
Right now, it looks good. I mean, to follow his lead block the way he did was great. And we talked about that in a couple of games before, that kick-out block. And it was there.
Just turning the shoulders.
Yep.
From the 38. 1st and 10 for over the top on their first possession. Jones goes over down to the left side. And it's a give. And Amada Wada was right there, and his teammates come and pursue and make the tackle.
C. Jizzle with the tackle.
And that was Wallace Grimsley, number 2, on the carry again for over the top.
Yeah,
Maybe a half. No, they're going to lose yards to get back to the 40. So a 2-yard loss sets up 2nd down and 12 with 10:37 to go.
So my question on this is I keep seeing that they have a man step up. What I'm wondering is when are they going to put him out into the out in the field of play rather than blocking and have him go down the field for a pass?
In the gun, Jones beside him. Tannehill back to throw, and he's going to put it to Jones. Too high, incomplete.
That is unfortunate.
See, and the thing about that, he rushed the pass because Ahmad came free. And the running back, if he would have just chipped him on the way out, he'd have been fine.
And that was probably the plan.
So at the 10-minute mark, sets down a 3rd and 12 for over the top. They need to get to the 28 for a 1st down.
I will say that OTT is wasting a declaration with number 6 down here on our side of on the near side of the field. He's declaring from the tight end position, and he doesn't. He's lined up a yard away from the end of the line, which makes you eligible. And they can just declare on the other side and give another misdirection.
All right, Jones. And we've got a flag, and we've got a delay of game on OTT now. Goes from 3rd and 12 now to 3rd and 17. And that's really somewhere you don't want to be against a team like Sick.
Well, I mean, one of the things that we look at when we see this, too, is that OTT, right now doesn't have the firepower to overcome these long 3rd downs.
You're not wrong.
So, I mean,
as now Big E checks in at the line alongside Amada Waddle and C.J. Smith. Tannehill back to throw. Blitz coming, takes a shot downfield, and nobody's there, incomplete.
That was a panic throw.
Well,
Ahmad was coming.
There was pressure coming. Well, Ahmad Awada has had a very solid fall brawl season, number 52 for Sickwidit in the black and orange. He has been fantastic.
Well, in this situation too, the sad thing about that is he came free. Nobody touched him. So, I mean, if you're letting 6 best defensive linemen come free like that, you're asking for a world to hurt.
You're going to pay the price.
And it looks like OTT is going to surrender.
Giving it up.
And let's see who's back there returning for Sick.
It's hard to tell from here, but it looks like Lav.
I mean, it is a surrender.
No, Lav is on the sideline.
So
is he?
Yeah, he's wearing pink.
I'm hoping they're going to throw it out of bounds, down around the goal line.
I would hope that would be the way that they're looking at it.
So we're trying to look for a
Oh,
number.
and he's offsides.
And that is Shepard. Oh, no, I'm sorry, that's Deion Southern. Southern, trying to make one man miss, goes around the roses. Still on his feet. And Southern is knocked out of bounds at about the 30.
Never knocked down, but knocked out of bounds.
Nope, they gave him the 26.
Oh, they gave him the 26 when he stepped out of bounds.
Line.
Okay.
Yep.
Now we're going to see Saya Sayal versus Daniel Oakley and company. We're going to see who else they bring out to run on the O-line or on the D-line.
All right, so Jeremy Geary.
When Saya lines up over on this outside position and he's talking, watch for that pull. Especially on the first play with the shovel pass right to Saya.
Knox just declared himself eligible. Geary in the gun. Darren Palmer in motion. And we got movement.
False start.
Or as Chris likes to say, cheating.
Cheating on offense.
Cheating on Sick. At the 8:13 mark here in the first quarter, OTT took the first possession, got a couple of first downs, but had to surrender. And now it is Sickwidit on their first possession. And now it's 1st and 15. Palmer again in motion. And it's a toss to Julio Mora. Moore to the far sideline, cuts back inside, and Julio Mora making some shifty moves. First down at midfield, still on his feet, knocked out of bounds. And again, Scott, we talked about this off the air about how Sick does not utilize Julio Mora in the run game, and Murphy doing some blocking down.
Matthew Murphy, Knox, everybody getting great blocks downfield. Darren Palmer putting somebody on their backside.
Well, that's a normal from Darren Palmer for sure.
Sickwidit has come to play, and they are ready to put to rest all rumors that they're not ready for the playoffs.
Well, and the thing about it is, if you want to see big plays by your running back, you have to get the blocks downfield, period.
Well, that was a fantastic run by Julio Mora on a 1st and 15, and already they are in plus territory, and there he is in the backfield again, the lone back with Gary in the gun. And it's back to Mora. Mora goes to the far sideline. He's down the sideline. He's got a convoy of blockers, still on his feet. What a spin move! Julio Mora, touchdown, Sickwidit.
I mean, they had a full convoy going down that sideline. I don't even think he really needed to cut back in.
No flags on the. Oh, there's the flag, and it's coming back.
By the 30th.
It's coming back. It's a hold on Sickwidit.
A hold, man.
Holding, yep.
Or as Chris likes to say, cheating.
That's definitely cheating.
So that negates the touchdown run by Julio Mora. And that backs up Sick. It will keep them in plus territory, however. But
I would say it hurts, but I feel like they're just delaying the inevitable.
You're not wrong. And, and plus, with the way Julio Mora's been running the ball, why not go back to him?
And in all honesty, I mean, was that really a situation where that hold sprung him, and they might have held it back anyway? But we'll see what happens.
Palmer
in motion from the 25. Fake, and there's Darren Palmer. And Palmer and G. Hurd, if ever the two should meet.
Well,
G. Hurd gets the tackle.
I mean, I think that the blocks were lost there for a second with the way that was set up. I mean, look, when you set up that bubble screen, you got your blocker should be out there and give you back give you the cutback lane, and it was not there.
Yeah, everybody stayed home. They tried to run off one of the receivers instead of trying to block him. It just didn't work.
6:18 to go, first quarter. Anthony Alvarez, Scott the Viking McCorkle, and Schoolhouse Rock, Chris Vera with you. Week 5 of the Fall Brawl. Sick on their first possession. And it's back to Julio Mora up the middle. And Mora trying to get to the outside. Cuts back inside again. Julio Mora, shiftiness. And it's 1st and goal for Sickwidit at around the 8-yard line.
He didn't score, but that was a super nasty cut.
Here it is again.
Nice run. He made 2 men miss. And then made a man miss almost twice.
He still came back and made the tackle. Good for that young man to stay in the play. But, man, 10? That was a nasty cut.
That was Darius Robinson that made the tackle for OTT. 1st and goal with 5:35 to go here in the first quarter as Sickwidit on their first possession.
It's an interesting piece. I think that this might be another run play.
Gary to throw. Looking, throwing back of the end zone, and guess who? Darren Palmer, doing what he does best, finds the end zone for a Sickwidit touchdown.
Taking a look at this again, look at the blocking. It's just, he has all day to throw the ball. He can sit back there, draw a picture, make some breakfast, call it a day.
Well, it almost looked like a pick play because Knox, in a sense, threw a moving screen to free DP in the back of the end zone.
I think he was running a route and they just bumped into each other.
Well, there was no contact. But what I'm saying is it looked like Knox was forming a screen, which freed DP in the back of the end zone. Of course, Jeremy Geary just with the sidearm release finds him in the end zone.
Beautiful throw.
And, of course, Darren Palmer doing what he does best, just making plays and finding the end zone,
I would say great route, but in reality, all he did was run through the wash.
Yeah.
And was wide open on the other end.
Hence the moving screen.
Yep.
And now Haywood lines up. He's got one-on-one up top. And Gary's going to go that way for Haywood. Off the hands,
his chest.
but a flag.
Flag.
And it's PI against OTT.
We're going to get another look at this.
You know what, though? It's just like you said in the game that we're watching. He never turns his head. Watch number 2. He never turns his head.
Never turn around to play the ball.
Exactly. Never made a play on the ball.
Yep.
Clear call.
Good call from the refs.
So we will redo the conversion again.
So they went for 2 the first time, correct? So this, another 2-point try from the 5.
And just as a clarification, you can't change the call.
No, you can't. You can't change. Once you go for 2, you have to go for 2 again. It is Shepard in the backfield, and Shep gets it. And Shep gets in for no.
Oh,
They're going to say no. They signal touchdown. The conversion is good.
must have come out after it already crossed the plane.
So with 5 minutes and 9 seconds to go in the first quarter, Sick gets on the board with 8. What will OTT do? You're watching the Fall Brawl on Fox 5.2 and Cox Channel 125. We'll be back. And welcome back to Bonanza High. 8-0, 5:09 to go. First quarter. Anthony Alvarez, Chris Vera, Scott the Viking McCorkle knocks to throw it off. And Quincy Harris is back there to receive it again, and he drops the ball, and he's got to get to the 20. He's got to get to the 20, and he won't. Knox with a great tackle, and Sickwidit gets the ball right back on the get back.
What a tackle. And he was out on that podcast talking real live and came out here and showed out.
Well, he definitely made a tackle with a lot of passion.
Well, he looked like he was shot out of a damn cannon.
Man, when Knox gets serious, that's the one thing people don't understand is Knox has never taken this serious. When he gets serious, he's a big, athletic, strong guy that knows how to play football.
Yes, he does.
He's a problem.
So, with the get back, now what a get back is if the returning player does not get to the 20-yard line, it is a get back, and thus possession goes back to the defensive team, which in this case would be Sickwidit.
So we got OTT with the timeout.
Just trying to give their defense a chance to catch their breath.
Well, it's interesting because if you look at the amount of players that they have on the sideline this game, again, they actually have more players than I thought. So
they're building.
It's it's. I guess you could say they're putting things together for next season, which is great to see.
And I've heard a couple of really good rumors for OTT. If they come to fruition, OTT is not going to be a punching bag anymore.
No. So from the 50, Sickwidit after the get back. Darren Palmer goes in motion. Gary, quick out pass is caught by Mora, and Mora's got a convoy of blockers down the sideline. Julio Mora on his feet. Julio Mora still going. Julio Mora down inside the 10.
And the nice little cutback, but G stayed home, took that cutback away from him.
Look at Big Saya coming out, getting his hands on a DB and smushing him. And all the Sickwidit linemen, he had a convoy.
Yep. All he had to do was wait for them. But G made a great play. Did you see how he bounced off the block? And that's what you do. You don't give up. Don't give up. He stayed with that. Let him block him, push him back a little bit, and then took away the cutback.
Yep. Motor.
And
motor makes a difference.
And now the shadows creeping in with the sun as it is 26 past the hour. Palmer in motion, more in the backfield. Geary rolling out to his right, back of the end zone. Murphy off his hands and
that was a good tip by G-Erd. I stepped all over you saying that. I apologize. G-Erd with a great pass breakup. We're going to see it again. Matt Murphy's going to come all the way across. It's not G-Erd's guy. Runs right into his zone, picks it out, and went for it. If he was about 20 pounds lighter, he'd have caught that.
You know what, though? I think G just flashed in front of him. I don't think he got his hand on it because I didn't see the ball change trajectory. What I saw was him just lose concentration on the pass.
It was a drop. And this is Easy E. Eric Williams, touchdown. Sickwidit.
That's great effort right there. Motor. We're going to take a look at this again. He doesn't stop after the first contact. He keeps his legs churning to the point where I think he loses some clothing.
Almost
great
did.
effort. And that's actually a heads-up play by 23 from OTT.
Trayvon Jones.
So
grab him by the leg and try to pull him back.
Well, he had him by the shoulder like a horse collar tackle, and he let go to try and drop down and grab a legal tackle. It just so happened to give him that extra couple of seconds to get in the end zone.
Here we go. From the 10. Geary. Back of the end zone. Caught! Murphy gets this one this time.
Extra point is good.
And we'll take this break at 2:48 to go. It is Sickwidit. Hang on to a 14 or 16. I think you're watching the Fall Brawl on Fox 5.2. 16-0 Sickwidit with 2:48 to go here in the first quarter. Anthony Alvarez, Scott the Viking McCorkle, Crucifer with you. And Knox will put it up in the air.
Trying to draw rain.
And Jahil Hornbeek will take it for OTTs across the 20. Makes a man miss. Down the sideline. 50, 40. Can he hold him off? He's down the sideline, and Hornbeek is going to score. Touchdown over the top. Jaleel Hornbeek takes the 3-on-1 and gets OTT on the board.
Wow. He was trying to say deuces. Almost didn't get there. Almost didn't get there.
But he had just enough speed to get by Houston and Southern, I believe.
You can call that speed. I don't know that I'd call that speed. I think I call that gas.
I said
guys,
he had enough.
Yeah, the other guys were running out of it.
Well, I mean,
it is what it is. Come on.
He outran them for 70-plus yards and found the end zone. Kudos to him.
That was quite impressive.
So OTT is going to go for 1 to try to make this a 9-point lead with the untimed down with 2:48 still remaining here in the first quarter.
He had the longest short stride I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
Short stride covered so much ground. I don't understand the physics of it, but he's fast.
Tannehill going up top, too much air.
Way out there.
And with 2:48 to go, it will remain a 16-6 game.
So, can I ask you guys a question? Chris, you know a little bit more about offense and about quarterbacks and receivers and stuff. Why isn't Tannehill starting rolling out? Like, why? It seems like with their style, with their players that they have against the competition they're playing against, if you just go into the huddle and say, hey, look, block right, everybody sweep right, left tackle, pull, we're going to start running right. You can't block them out anyway. Pull around, try and catch the other end, give me a couple seconds, run a drag on the backside. I don't understand. And just come to the huddle, right, left,
game
right,
plan.
left.
So that was a 92-yard return for Mr. Hornbeek on that 3-on-1 return. And also, this first quarter has definitely been the Julio Mora quarter as he's got 3 carries for 71 yards. And, oh, by the way, he's got a 47-yard reception. So that is 118 total yards.
Donovan Edwards
for Julio Mora here in this first quarter, as we thank our good friends down at the Control Center for relaying those stats to us.
See what happens with this 3-on-1.
Jones back to throw, and there's the ever-dangerous Lavish Edwards. Lavish, 30, 35, 40. Lavish!
Lane? What did he do?
Oh, wow. He just gets out of bounds at the 45. He had the angle, he had the edge, but good pursuit towards the end by OTT, but nonetheless, it's still good field position for Sickwidit.
That's great field position. I mean, you're sitting at the 44-yard line. Plus yardage on the plus side of the field.
I'm kind of confused.
Why are you confused, buddy?
What, did he
stopped?
Yeah. He just said, I don't want it?
Maybe. Either that or he knew that he wasn't going to get it. It was a great angle by the pursuer.
Yeah. I'm lost.
Oh, look at this.
There's a flag.
Pass caught. Darren Palmer. Palmer down the sideline inside the 20. First down.
We got laundry on the field. I'm wondering what it is.
Doesn't matter. Play's going to count. Decline it. First down, Sick.
Oh, yeah, he lined up in the neutral zone.
Nice throw by Geary, and Darren Palmer just goes up and does what he does, grabs the ball and makes a play.
Let me tell you, that was a better pass than it looked like at first. I mean, he let it go, and I didn't think that the defender was going to let it go over his head. I thought it was a pick.
We had a conversation during the podcast, and Big Rob made a point when Jeremy Jeary wasn't on a top 7 for a couple of people for the quarterbacks, and I second his notion that that's kind of crazy. Like if he gets the time to sit back there in the pocket and throw the ball, he might be one of the better pocket passers in the league. I'm not saying he's one of the best overall quarterbacks, but definitely one of the better pocket passers.
And here we go. Little pump
Gary
fake.
looking for Curtis Jones.
Look at
Got him.
Touchdown.
Touchdown.
Look at
Sickwidit.
If you give him 2 seconds, he's putting the ball where you want it.
Well, I'm curious about this play because he did this little pump fake, and I didn't see if there was a hesitation. Yep, there was a hesitation, and they just ran a little wheel route. Just a
Everybody
little wheel
thought
route.
it was going to Darren.
Yep.
So really what it was, hey, Darren, we're gonna go ahead and fake this throw to you. Everybody's going to jump on you, and
They're
we're going
gonna
to just sneak it to the backside.
They're gonna fall for the deke, which is Palmer, and Biggie just to color himself eligible. You can hear Biggie on your Her with Biggie and Friends on the Vegas Hype channel on YouTube on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Gary,
Great blocking.
and I don't know where Gary was throwing that to, but
He was-
nonetheless, with 2:07 to go, it is a 22-6 lead for Sickwidit as they're trying to be in lock at the number 2 seed. You're watching the Fall Brawl here on Fox 5.2 and Cox 125. We will be right back after this. And welcome back to Bonanza High. Anthony Alvarez, Scott the Viking McCorkle, and Schoolhouse Rock Chris Vera at the 2:07 mark. It is a 22-6 lead in favor of Sickwidit. And there goes Keith Ramsey back to get this 3-on-1 return.
Oh, no.
He's got to get it now. He's got to get to the 20 or Sick's going to get the ball back again. And Ramsey!
Oh, he stepped out.
Oh!
Stepped out.
And
You
Sickwidit's
guys-
going to get the ball back.
And we're going to go over this again, and we're probably going to have to go over it every single week. The hashes on the opposite side of the field, the start of the hash is out of bounds. It's hard to wrap our heads around because the hash on one side of the field is in bounds. The hash on the other side of the field is not in bounds. The second you cross that plane, it's over with.
And if he didn't step out of bounds, he was all alone with daylight ahead of him.
And this is just putting them behind the 8 ball right
Yes,
now.
it is. Yes, it is.
It's keeping your defense out there way longer than what you want.
And it's going to wear them out as the game progresses. You're absolutely right. So the get back strikes again for Sickwidit.
OTT has to find a way to get the Ramses brothers involved.
Agreed.
Well, I mean, I think that comes from the defensive side of the ball, but right now they're not showing up.
And it's a toss.
And here we are. Look
and
at that
this
man moving.
is
23 was getting
That
just
was Cool Case.
absolutely manhandled.
that was Cool K Shepard, Justin Shepard on the carry.
And Saya is just
Dude, Big Oos was just 57 was just, I mean, absolutely dog walking this guy right out of bounds.
The former Vanderbilt Commodore, Seau, doing what he does best.
Man, that was something to see.
it's great blocking.
Just an imagination point here.
But somebody's going to be on Facebook talking about that was holding.
Yeah. But can you imagine him and Mac on the same offensive line?
Oh, dear Lord.
Well, people say we have super teams in Vegas. We don't because they're not on the same
Yes.
Yep.
Gary will keep it himself.
team. Those two blocking for
Where's the
RTC.
And a good tackle there by Mr. Ramsey. That is Robert Ramsey Jr., number 97. Him and Keith have been a very good tandem to watch for OTT.
Well, that's an interesting play, too, because if you watch this play, they're running an option.
Yes.
And his running back's right there. I'm surprised he didn't let the ball
That's
go.
a very good analogy and a very good point.
As we see these guys getting ready to on this lineup, what do we got? We've got
27
27
seconds.
seconds.
And
Are they
no
going to get
rush.
the? My question mark is: Are they going to
And-
get this play off before we end the first quarter?
I don't know, but Biggie just did declare himself eligible as Darren Palmer comes in motion.
What is it? Play clock out.
And it's a give up the middle to Shepard. Shepard, first down, still going. And this should be the last play of the first quarter, and it will be.
Call time.
So after one period of play here at Bonanza High, Sickwidit trying to hold on to the number 2 seed and make a spot in the playoffs. As we will come back and see if they can find the end zone again. You're watching the Fall Brawl on Fox 5.2. We'll be back. And welcome back to the Fall Brawl here on Fox 5.2 and Cox 125, all a part of the Silver State Sports and Entertainment Network. And Gary will shovel pass it to Darren Palmer, and Darren Palmer is going to find the end zone yet again.
Wow.
Touch,
We got
late
a
flag
flag.
comes down.
That was so spicy.
We're going to check the flag
Why?
here as Darren Palmer awaits.
I think there was a late block in the back. I don't think this was necessary, but yeah, he pushed
It
him.
is. You are
Pushed
correct.
him in the back.
It's coming back.
No, Biggie, no.
And what was the point?
It wasn't necessary.
There's no point. It was not necessary. He was already going into the end zone.
Oh,
so
man.
I'm not sure what happened.
That's so sad. We saw that. That's unfortunate. That's a seasoned guy. You don't normally see those kind of mistakes from the vets.
But it was the right call. I mean, he pushed him right in the back.
He also sold it a little bit.
He pushed him 2 hands in the back.
He sold it a little bit.
It doesn't
That's
matter.
my
It doesn't
boy.
matter. It's still a good flag for a play that didn't need to happen.
That's unfortunate. Matthew Murphy motioning back into the backfield.
And it is Justin Shepard in the backfield, Kuke Shep, as Palmer goes in motion. And it goes back to Palmer on the far sideline. Palmer still on his feet. Darren Palmer, touchdown. Sickwidit.
I think they wanted to get him that touch.
Well, that is his second of the evening.
We see Saya getting out there for the block. Both linemen out there. But I will say, Ramsey fought through that block.
Yes,
Ramsey fought through the block. He still got contact. He made Shep work for it. Ramsey's are OTT has always, or yes, sorry, but the Ramseys have always, the Ramseys are showing what OTT has always been about, and that's heart. No give up in it. It's a beautiful thing to watch, and when they get the help that's coming, OTT is going to be a team to watch next.
Sick will go for 2 to try to make this a 30-6 game, which will put him up 24 points.
Press coverage on the bottom of your screen. They like the big boy Tubby.
Geary rolling out to his right. Oh. And Saya almost got it, but it goes incomplete. So with 14:30 to go here in the second quarter, it is a 28-6 lead in favor of Sickwidit. We're going to take this break. What can OTT do to cut in this lead? You're watching the Fall Brawl on Fox 5.2. We'll be back. Welcome back to Bonanza High. Anthony Alvarez, Scott the Viking McCorkle, and Schoolhouse Rock. Chris Vera, glad you're with us.
It's back.
Here on Fox 5.2 and Cox Channel 125 and A7FL.TV and Caffeine.
And there's a Rainmaker.
And that's a nice throw there, and that is taken by Heartbreaker. Already took one back earlier for a touchdown, but he will not get to the 20.
Yeah, he made it to the 20.
He did?
Yeah, he made it to the 20.
Yes, he did get to the 20. So if he did not got back to the 20, it would have been another get back, which means Sick would have got possession again.
I'm not going to say he didn't get help from the refs, but I'm not going to say he did.
Are you going to say that was Are you going to say that was a friendly gift spot?
He got across the line and then he cut back again. So forward progress does put him at the 21.
Correct.
Okay.
And I was going to say that.
No, he did get forward progress, but he did go back behind the 20, which is the line to gain. I don't understand that.
All right, so 14-16 and counting to go. It's a 28-6 lead for Sickwidit. Of course, Sick just wants to try to apply the pressure and maintain their point differential to, at worst, stay at the number 2 seed.
Yeah, I think this is a stay-in-shape game, kind of get everybody going.
And this is Heartbeak again, gets across the 25-yard line. That is Jaleel Hornbeak, number 11, again, who already scored on a 3-on-1 return, 4 over the top, and that's their only scoring thus far.
We got somebody limping.
That was Biggie. That was Biggie.
Was it?
Yeah.
It looks like he's okay. He's not coming to the sideline, so it looks like he's all right.
He probably got stepped on.
Don't forget
that hurts like hell.
Don't forget tonight at 10 p.m. on the Pruneda Brothers Production YouTube channel, you can watch the recap of A7FL with the All-Pro Jaffos. And now this is Joe Jackson trying to make a stop on Wallace Grimsley.
You saw that?
Yeah,
Dion came in with some contact.
He's coming out now. I think he's hurt.
Yeah, Biggie is favoring that left side of his leg, favoring that knee.
Oh, no. Well, as somebody who just went through meniscus surgery, I'm hoping that is a very unserious thing.
Which, once again, you can catch the All-Pro Jaffos at 10 p.m. tonight, recapping Week 5 of the Fall Brawl here on A7FL on the Pruneda Brothers Production YouTube page. G. Hurd just declared himself eligible on the line for OTT on 3rd down and 4. And Ramsey did not see it, but Ramsey recovers, and Ramsey
block
still on his feet.
Yeah, block.
And somehow
Block, do
Wow.
something.
he might have gotten the first down. Then they say,
did.
yes,
Great
move it.
job,
Did.
Ramsey.
Keith Ramsey, I don't know how,
What?
but somehow kept the play alive and gets a first down for over the top.
And he's looking at his coach and saying, that's just the way I drew it up, coach. Yeah.
Boy.
OTT has a little magic in it.
They got a little something.
Well, some might call that buddy the grace of God, or as you would say sometimes, the hand of God.
Yep, no, definitely is. God bless. He got a direct line to that man.
Right?
Under 12 minutes to go here in the first half, 28-6 in favor of Sickwidit. Anthony Alvarez, Chris Vera, and Scott the Viking McCorkle, glad you're with us.
So they got a declaration to the top of the screen, same size as Mod.
Tannehill cuts to the outside, and he shifty got away from D. White because he was coming.
And it's a smart play. He picks up 5. He gets out of bounds. He protects himself from getting any contact. It's a good play.
Very good play.
And here's a question, gentlemen. Why haven't the lights come on yet?
Well, I'm sure they're getting around to it. Bonanza's been very gracious with us.
My guess is, I think last time they came on at about 4:45.
Well.
Oh, no, we're already past
Yeah,
that.
it's almost 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
As it is 49 minutes past the hour here on
Good thing they're playing with a white ball.
I was going to say, they can get one of those Nerf glow-in-the-dark balls we used to have back in the day.
11-minute mark to go, 10:59 to go, 28-6 in favor of Sickwidit against Over the Top. I beg
Bonus
your
points
pardon.
if it whistles.
Nonetheless, glad you're with us.
2nd and 5.
Tannehill back to throw, takes
Actually
a shot
got
downfield.
time.
Oh, man, fell
He's-
down.
What a breakup! What a breakup! Wow!
He was
Go
going-
up and get the ball.
He was going for Damian Smith.
Your hair is pretty, but your effort is not there.
That was.
Go up and get the ball.
Well, come on. Let's be real too. He put a moon ball up again,
Yeah.
which is what I've been saying.
It wasn't the best
If that ball was on the line, right to his man,
God, that throw is
the
pretty.
safety would have never had a chance getting over there to break that up.
But then again, you're trying to do this against Deion Southern.
This is true.
Deion Southern playing safety.
But he
They
did
also-
fall down.
Yes.
Corner did fall down, so
Yes.
that would have helped.
Yes. 3rd and 5 for Over the Top. And here's Jones. And Jones lost the ball. And Amadawada has it.
Sickwidit.
And Sickwidit will force a turnover and get the ball back on offense.
Who caused the fumble?
It looked like it when he was coming around the corner. It looked like the hit, just a hand, looked like it got enough for him to drop the ball.
Man, that's
Unfortunately. But you know when you're in around people, you've got to hold that ball high and tight.
Tuck it.
You can't just carry it like a loaf of bread.
Shout out to all the mommies out there, keeping it high and tight.
Ball at the 40.
I thought that was a fade.
7-yard line.
It's a podcast.
Yeah.
Your mom's house. Check them out.
Moore comes in motion.
Fake handoff.
And there's Big Man with football. Big Sam just trucked 2 people.
Good God.
Ramsey.
Diesel trucks his way.
Oh, my goodness.
Way to sick in
Here it
there.
is again. Big Man with football.
And Ramsey showing no fear.
Get out of my
And look,
way.
he grabs his leg to
Yeah.
grip him up.
I love these kids.
These kids,
Keith
man,
Ramsey can play on my football team any day.
Any day. That's
They've
a great.
got
and
so
I'm-
much heart.
I'm not taking anything away from Saya. That's a great play call, great design. I love every minute of it. But the way that Ramsey stood in there, stepped up to make that tackle.
And still was trying to make a play.
I just got to say this. If you, I want to see a replay. I'm gonna have to watch a game later.
You just missed the replay.
No, because I'm sitting there. I was watching the replay, but I realized the white cap was laughing the whole time.
Oh, man. Oh, he's still
He
laughing.
still is.
He's still laughing.
Palmer in motion. Delay
just a
given. This is
great-
Houston. Houston
Uh-oh.
down the right sideline. And Houston's going to score for Sickwidit. Touchdown.
Wow.
Houston, we
Devin
have.
Houston Jr. finds the end zone
See,
and adds 6 more on the board for Sickwidit at 34-6.
the interesting part about this is what I'm
counter.
seeing is, it's a nice counter. It's a nice misdirection play, and then nobody stayed home with OTT. And that's what we've been seeing, the difference between some of the better teams and some of the teams that aren't so good.
Yeah.
Better teams stay home, and you don't have that cutback lane. These guys need to make sure that they have that conversation and somebody stays home in the next play. Otherwise, this is going to happen all night long.
Yeah, they're gonna have. They're definitely. You can help your team so much just by staying home and maintaining your assignment. We'll see.
And there's the lights.
Let there be light.
This is for two. Geary to throw.
He's got him open.
He's got
he
too
overthrew
high for
Palmer.
DP. So
Nailed it.
8:25 to go. We'll take this break. It is 34-6. Sickwidit, you're watching the Fall Brawl on Fox 5.2. We'll be back. Welcome back to Bonanza High, 34-6 with 8:25 remaining in the first half. And that is Wallace Grimsley, number 2, back to receive the 3-on-1 return. And Knox
Knox with Seed Jizzle and
Julio Mora.
Julio Mora down on the end.
And
that
there's
is
a high
rocket
spirally
shot.
And Grimsley gets it. Oh, he bobbled it.
Oh.
And he's on his feet. Grimsley.
We got a flag there.
And a
Two
flag on the
flags
play.
Man.
I'm not sure.
Personal foul on Sickwidit.
I'm wondering if because he had to go down for the ball, both of them were kind of going down for the ball. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of because both of them went down for the ball. So I think that was part of the reason. Yeah, I don't think it. Yeah, I think it was inadvertent, but it happens.
8:25 to go. As now OTT will try to cut into this lead. Now again, coming into tonight, earlier today there was a forfeit between the Hunters and the Outlaws, which gave the Outlaws the win, and almost in a sense pretty much gave the Outlaws the 3 seed in this playoff scenario that we're coming into tonight. But basically, should Sickwidit hold on to get the win and the Insomniacs win over the Alliance, then it will be the Insomniacs the 1 seed, Sick the 2 seed, and the Outlaws the 3. G Hurd at quarterback.
They're bringing the blitz.
Dumps it off. Passes caught by Hornbeak. And a great tackle by Haywood, number 88.
He got him, but I think Hornbeak actually stuck his foot in the ground and kind of twisted his ankle a little bit. That took him down to the ground.
So that will make the Outlaws
almost a little too much traction.
Yes, almost. Which is weird because now we haven't seen as many slips out here as we had in the past, which is interesting considering it had rained and it's a little bit colder.
So the Insomniacs win, they're the 1 seed. Sick wins, they're the 2 seed. And the Outlaws, of course, by way of their forfeit win earlier today, standing at the number 3 spot, which now would put number 4 between the Alliance and the Alienaires. The Alienaires are on the bye.
Tannehill to the top of the screen. G Hurd back in at quarterback.
And there goes G Hurd. And Southern, not afraid to get in there, and he throws the shoe.
Who threw his shoe?
That was Southern.
That should be a delay game.
Well, that was actually a pretty good throw from his back.
Yeah.
That should be a delay game.
You're not wrong.
And I like Southern. I like the attitude. I actually like him doing that. But it should be a penalty.
We'll take this break. You're watching the Fall Brawl on Fox 5.2 and Cox Channel 125. We'll be back. Welcome back. 6:59 to go in the first half. 34-6 in favor of Sickwidit. And a give up the middle.
You know, I'm kind of liking what I see out of OTT with these runs up the middle.
And that was Quincy Harris on the run.
They're getting some good blocking from their offensive linemen for a change, and I think that they're not afraid of contact, so they're really trying to push back and get some movement on that defensive line.
So here we go with total so far. So right now the passing yardage is all in favor of Sickwidit at 140 to 1 yard. Rushing yards 130 to 42 in favor of Sick. Return yards obviously for OTT 162 to 60. Total yards 270 for Sickwidit, 43 for OTT, and of course the one turnover forced by Sickwidit, which leads into this 34 to 6 lead that we got here with 6:10 to go here in the first half. And Geary is 7 of 8 passing for 128 and 3 touchdowns.
We're going back to their other look.
And there's G Hurt up the
G-Hurt
middle,
again.
and that is
The
ball's taken
comes
away, and Curtis Jones has it.
It looks like he's trying to pitch it.
He's trying to pitch it.
He's not going to.
But nonetheless, Sickwidit forces another turnover.
So
We'll take this break. Sick will get the ball off the turnover. Looking to add to their score. It's 34-6. You're watching the Fall Brawl on Fox 5.2. Welcome back. 5:39 to go here in the first half. Welcome back to Fall Brawl. Tannehill back to throw. Screen pass caught by Grimsley, and he's going backwards.
Oh.
And Joe Jackson just threw him for about another 5 yards, but he comes back inside, and Grimsley very close to a first down, and a late flag comes in.
Big reverse and a big hit, but the player did not try to wrap up, so it's likely personal foul on the defense.
See what we got here.
Personal foul. It is on Sick, so it's going to be a first down. And great effort by Grimsley to somehow keep his balance and not get a yard and turn a negative play into a positive play.
That was just incredible. I mean, he got thrown backwards by about 5 yards.
Yeah.
And all he did was use that momentum to get the corner.
Yeah.
And that was an incredible play by him, and staying up and making sure that he kept his balance, which obviously got him close to the first down, but with the penalty, gives them the first down, and they could get a first down before they go in for the touchdown.
Well, they are. This is the furthest they've been offensively in this game. Of course, their touchdown came on a 3-on-1 return by Hornbeak. Hornbeak.
Interesting.
Horbeak. Tannehill rolling out to his right. Back to Grimsley. Saw the turf monster, got him at the 15-yard line.
And it's funny. We're just talking about that. We didn't see anybody slip.
Yeah.
And yet that's exactly what we just saw him do.
Yeah.
Turned it upfield and just took that next step and just slipped down.
And like I said, it hasn't rained since this morning. I mean, obviously the clouds look like it's going to rain, and it's scheduled to rain in the forecast tomorrow. Not necessarily about tonight per se, but again, you can see the clouds in the sky. The moon is out. The lights are on. Just a beautiful skyline of the clouds and mountains of the Las Vegas Strip and the Las Vegas Valley. Glad you're with us on Fox 5.2, Cox Channel 125, Caffeine TV, and A7FL.TV. Glad you're with us, whatever outlet you're watching us on. Glad you're with us, as it's the final regular season of the Fall Brawl, and the playoffs come to you next week.
Here we go.
Tannehill with Ramsey and Hornbeak. Tannehill throws to the end zone, intercepted, picked up by Southern.
We got a flag down in the backfield, too.
Southern
I think this is all going to be for naught.
And we are going to check the flag, and Ahmad Awada pleading his case to Preston, but to no avail.
It's going to be roughing the passer.
And you are correct.
Roughing the passer on the defense. That kick will come back. It'll be 1st and 10, half the distance to the goal for OTT, who's threatening and looking to put another 6.
So OTT trying to get in the end zone yet again.
Well, I mean, in this situation, too, I think that, and I apologize, I did not see, my eyes as soon as he threw the ball went away from him. But, I mean, you got to hold up as a defender. Right? We get it, but if you've got a couple steps into the quarterback, you've got to hold up. You can't follow through because they're going to call that on you every time.
You're not wrong. Ball spotted at looks to be the 9-yard line.
I was going to say for a minute there, 4 guys in the backfield. It's going to be interesting.
Lee gives it to Hornbeak. Hornbeak will get in the end zone. Touchdown over the top. So Jaleel Hornbeak has scored both touchdowns for over the top. One, a rushing touchdown on this play, and a 3-on-1 return.
So, like we said earlier, OTT is building. OTT is not laying down. They're playing with heart again, showing that even maybe they're not the, I don't know the nicest way to put this, but maybe not even the top tier teams in Vegas are still putting up a fight.
Yeah.
And it looks to be they're going for 2 from the 10. It'll be Hornbeak and Tannehill in the backfield. And G. Hurd lined up across D. White. Tannehill back of the end zone. It's incomplete. So with 3:26 to go here in the first half, the score is Sickwidit 34 over the top 12. We'll take this break. You're watching the Fall Brawl on Fox 5.2 and Cox 125. We'll be back with the 3-on-1 throw-off after this. Welcome back to the Fall Brawl. 3:26 to go. Anthony Alvarez, Scott the Viking McCorkle, and Chris Vera with you.
Schoolhouse Rock.
And oh boy.
That's going to be ball in hand.
Yeah, that is.
Yes, it is.
Well, with Lavish returning the ball, it's not preferential to just give him the ball, but
if you're Sickwidit, you like your chances with Lavish having running ball in hand, for sure.
and also, let's be fair, if you play the 3-on-1 like the Insomniacs have in the past and you keep contained, they've shown there's a way to do it.
Yes, there is.
It's not like this.
No.
Yeah, I think this might
definitely
be
not
a little bit of a mistake here.
Definitely not giving him 3 and ball with a running head start's not exactly the greatest thing in the world, but it is if you're sick and Lavish. And here he comes. He's at the 40. 45.
Complete stop.
Trying to get to the 50, does. And gets about to the 45-yard line. Still a good return.
Yep.
Yes.
You knew exactly, took the words out of my mouth. Because we get hung up on the fact that if it doesn't go for 6, then it's like almost, sometimes people get the idea that it's a failed return.
And
right?
it's not.
It's not.
You're setting your team up for success in the best way, especially if you cross the 50.
I mean, field position is everything, even in this game. Let's face it, we talk about it in the NFL. They talk about it in another sport, is what I should say. Whereas in this one, field position is everything.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, if you're on the plus side, you're doing good.
Absolutely. 3:06 to go. Ollie Dorsey takes the direct snap to the left side.
Is that Page?
No, that's Dorsey.
Oh, Dorsey.
He's still on his feet. Inside. No, he fumbles the ball, and OTT has it.
The 10-yard line.
Swung around.
Will be OTT ball first.
Oh, did he cramp? He kind of stumbled trying to make it to the second level.
And that was Darius Robinson that stripped the ball away, number 10 for OTT. And OTT now trying to build some momentum before the half. And they have all 3 times. They got 1 timeout, it looks like.
Yeah,
It looked like 1 timeout, okay.
It's hard to tell with that pole's right in the way.
Yeah, the right upright is.
But it does look like it is on, because, I mean, from where I'm sitting, it looks like it could be a 3, but it's
No, it's a 1.
It's a 1.
So 1 timeout for OTT. And, I mean, if you can get a score, because remember, Sick will get the ball to start the second half because they threw off first.
So, I mean, they're definitely still in the game.
Well, yeah.
How did Sick end up in the predicament? And let's, in all fairness, in any other or in other leagues or with other teams playing, this might be a bit of a blowout by 20 points.
Mm-hmm.
But with this being Sickwidit, what's the issue right now? Like, why aren't they putting up the crazy points they were putting up? You got to remember, in the last season, was this not the highest scoring game ever in A7FL history?
Yes, it was.
Between these two?
92-38, and not only that, in the division alone, Sick was the highest scoring team at 58 points per game.
I'm not going to say it because, I mean, 42 points, it should have been over. And it was more than that. So, anyway, in this situation, you know, with what we just saw, it's interesting to me because Sickwidit trying to get to the next level and in the playoffs, I was expecting this to be more, you know, closer to a blowout is what we were talking about. And in reality, OTT, because of the mistakes of Sick, are in this game.
Yeah.
I mean, right
kind
now,
of mind-boggling. It's kind of been Sick's Achilles' heel has been themselves.
yeah,
Tannehill
realistically.
looking. Oh, he's going to go
man.
down.
Safety.
No, they can't run him in the back. They're going to say where his
Forward progress.
forward progress was stopped. And
But again, that was Ahmad Awala, who continues to have a fantastic fall brawl season.
Yeah, Ahmad and Quinn met in the backfield right at the quarterback. He didn't even get a chance to
Yes,
step up.
the mighty Quinn and Ahmad Awala, two of the best tandem defensive tackles that we have in our division. I mean, it's not Mouth and AJ, but they are they're pretty good in their own right.
yes, they are. And the thing about this next play too, because it's coming to us on the 5-yard line, they've got to be careful. They've got to get that ball out.
Yeah. We're going to take this quick break. You're watching the Fall Brawl on Fox 5.2. And welcome back after this 2-minute warning. It is 34-12 in favor of Sickwidit. Anthony Alvarez, Scott the Viking McCorkle, and
Schoolhouse Rock.
Schoolhouse Rock. Chris Vera with you, and the mighty Quinn says hello, and I don't know who that was carrying the ball.
And eventually, goodbye.
That was Mr. Hornbeak.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not going to forget that last name.
Hornbeak.
Hornbeak. Kind of sounds like a bird.
Yeah.
Of prey.
Yeah.
Hornbeak.
And looks like Lee now is in a quarterback for OTT.
Sounds like a good metal band name.
Lee?
Bird of Prey.
Oh, well, that is a movie.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
No, we got a. Oh,
I
batted?
don't know what.
Oh,
my goodness!
wow.
Off the
Wow.
deflection, the mighty Quinn caught it for a touchdown.
Dun-dun-dun.
That is one of the coolest plays I've
Wow.
seen.
Wow.
Wow.
Somebody make
Jones.
that man a highlight film.
Put it, and the mighty Quinn tipped it and caught it.
Tipped it to himself.
Yes.
For the pick six.
Oh, my. The mighty Quinn makes a mighty play.
You definitely need
Right?
to cut that.
So with a minute 14 to go, Sickwidit puts up a 40 burger here in the first half.
All right. Quinn has the most touchdowns by a D end
It seems that way.
This year.
in fall brawl.
That was I wouldn't
impressive.
Say, I wouldn't say relatively impressive. That was very impressive.
No,
That was the most panicked
to tip it, to have the alertness to tip the ball in the air, and then the alertness to go catch it.
Right? I wonder if he had a helmet on, if he'd be able to see that.
That's
I
a very
don't
good.
think so.
That's a very good analogy.
I don't
Very
think
good
so.
point.
Another benefit of A7FL.
Correct.
Yep.
And looks like they're going to go for 2. And yes, Big Usayow just declared himself eligible. Watch out for him.
And here we go.
Geary looking.
Big Goose is
Looking.
open.
Looking. He can run for it if he wants to. And he will.
Oh,
And he gets
got it.
2. So it is a 30-point lead for Sickwidit. And with 1:14 to go, we will have the 3-on-1 throw-off. It's the Fall Brawl on Fox 5.2 and Cox 125. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Fall Brawl as Keith Ramsey is ready to receive the 3-on-1 throw-off with a minute 14 to go.
Keith Ramsey, the Brave.
Knox with a beautiful spiral.
Ooh, I would have let that go.
Yeah.
I'd have let that go. You ain't getting to the 20-yard line, bruh.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he is. Oh, my goodness. Southern holding on for dear life.
Literally.
That's
Wow.
funny. That's a good one. I like that one.
That was great.
See, get off.
He made that spin move, and Knox said, you know what, I'm not doing it. No. And Joe Jackson and Southern was holding on for dear life. Southern was like, I am not letting you go.
Grip strength.
30-point lead for Sickwidit here in the first half with a minute 14 to go.
So
Here
at
comes
this
Big
point,
Goose. Oh, no, he's going back out.
He's going back out.
He wanted a spin at the end.
D-end or defensive tackle.
Put him at linebacker.
He probably could play really good there, too.
He's got the feats for it.
Yeah, he does.
The foots, the feets,
Feet.
mooses and mises.
Mooses and Mises.
I don't know how to say
Tannehill in the gun. Back, no
moose.
play.
Oh,
What do
no.
we got?
That would've been-
false start.
That would have been really bad. Ahmad was coming.
Ball start on the offense.
And he was coming with a lot of passion.
If you want to call it passion, I think he's coming with some to do some damage.
Yeah, that's passion.
Yeah.
I like this D-line rotation. So we used to talk a lot about how Sickwidit's rotation was, and if I might say so, it's looking a little thinner on Sickwidit's sidelines these days. I feel like they're kind of cutting the fat. I feel like they're kind of cutting the fat, kind of getting down to their core guys. The rotation is not slowing up a little bit, but they're kind of finding their groove. It'll be really interesting to see what type of moves they make in the offseason, but let's see how they finish this up, I guess. Boom.
Ooh. Oh,
he could have still caught it.
We had 3 people with a chance to catch that ball.
And nobody caught it. Incomplete.
Brings up second and 15.
Seeing eye single.
A nice baseball term.
Right up the middle.
We've seen passes that shouldn't be caught be caught. We've seen passes that should be caught and not be caught. It's been a good night of football.
Yeah, it has.
So,
And who would have thunk that it would be 42-12 right now?
yeah, I think they should run their the G-Erd offense, but with Tannehill back there for right now. Because when G-Erd gets in, they just run Wildcat.
Well, that's pretty much all it is. And the thing about it is when they start running the Wildcat, it's almost predictable.
Right,
Almost predictable.
It is predictable, but it's also a little effective.
Yes. Well, there we go with the run
There's
up
a
the middle.
run, and I don't know who that is, and they lift him up. That was
Third and 11.
trying to get us in a number. That was
15?
no, that looks like 25,
Oh, yep, 25.
or was that 26? That looked like it was Ollie Ingram, 26.
It's too hard to tell because his jersey was pulled.
That looks like Ollie Ingram, number 26.
Okay, let's see. Here we go.
Tannehill, shot downfield, looking for Jones, too
Way
far
of
out.
bounds. Now, I understand his release point. What I don't understand was him, it didn't look like the safety was going to come into play on that. It looks like he could have kept it a little bit more further
the
inside.
one thing I will give Tannehill, he's not afraid to take a shot down the field. It's just sometimes he throws the ball just a little bit too high.
I mean, those sky balls are great if you're a receiver to run underneath of it.
Yes.
But right now, playing where you're playing, you've got to follow that thing out of the light, out in the lights, and then back through the lights to try to catch it. It looks like they're going to have the fourth down, so
They're going to surrender it, and
Yep.
Pac-Man Curtis Jones back to receive it. Real
it out of
quick,
bounds.
today really is a special day because a very, very, well, we'll take this break and I'll explain it later. We're watching the Fall Brawl on Fox 5.2. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Fall Brawl here on Fox 5.2, Cox 125, A7FL.TV, and Caffeine. I was going to say today's a very special day because a very good friend of mine is celebrating a birthday. So, Mr. Mason, co-host of the Mizzle and Dub Show. Mizzle, my brother, happy birthday. I love you. Hope you enjoyed your day. And may God bless you with another trip around the sun and many blessings, my friend. Happy birthday.
Showing blitz. Let's see if he goes. Nope, he backed out of it.
G-Herd's going to keep it himself. Allows it to Hornbeak. And there is a whole bunch of sick-witted defenders there to swarm him. And the clock is now with 20 seconds to go.
well, in the situation in this, too, with it being so close to halftime, I would have just went ahead and threw that ball out of bounds. Make them travel.
Surrender it.
But right now, you're giving it back to them on the, 28-yard line.
And they have all 3 timeouts.
Yeah. So, I mean, it realistically, and if I'm not mistaken, Sickwidit gets the ball back after halftime.
They do.
So, I mean, this could be a twofer.
Well, yeah. And plus, that means you can start the third quarter with a running clock.
Yes.
I like twofers.
A rematch in the spring game where we had the highest point total in A7FL history. Sickwidit won their last meeting, 92-38.
Knox lined up wide. Matt Murphy out wide.
Backstack, Gary, man wide open. And that's Murphy, and that's another Sickwidit touchdown.
48, 50 short of their.
So now we are going to start with a running
We
clock.
are going to
in
start
the
with
third
running clock
quarter.
in the third quarter. With 14 seconds to go.
But see, that's
Go ahead, make your point.
it's one of those situations you got to play the game smart. And I think that's one of the downfalls too for the
OTT.
OTT is just play the game smart. Give yourselves opportunities. And in this game, you have to give yourself opportunities. You can't take away those opportunities, in this case, like they just did, for giving Sick another chance to score and getting the ball after halftime.
There's mismanagement of clock. We've seen that a lot. Especially
Well, it's not just a mismanagement of clock.
Gary going for Curtis Jones. Yes! Yes!
I think he got 2 feet.
He
did.
He did.
That's an NFL catch right
Yes,
there.
it is.
We'll take this break. We're near the half. It's all Sickwidit on the Fox 5.2. We'll be back. Welcome back to Fox 5.2 and Cox Channel 125, A7FL.TV, and Caffeine. 50-12 in favor of Sickwidit, and here comes the throw off from Knox.
Wow, another rainmaker.
And then it's taken by Hornbeak.
Easily has the 20.
Hornbeak
Tries to get the edge. Stays on his feet. He's loose.
Ooh.
gets to the 25-yard line.
And 10. OTT. 14 seconds left and 0 time.
This kid has some moves. I mean, that was actually a good return.
Well, he is responsible for both touchdowns for Over the Top. And, of course, from the control center,
Ooh, we got some stats coming.
we do have some stats coming. Jeremy Gary is 9 for 10 for $168 and 4 touchdowns. He has got two two-point conversion touchdowns, and he has as many touchdown passes as incompletions.
Ooh,
Wow.
that's a stat for you.
Well, our special thanks to the control center for sending us these stats.
Love you long time.
Or he has 4 times as many touchdowns as incompletions.
4 times.
4 times as many.
What's he have? Just one incompletion?
Yes.
Oh, wow. He got off the ball so fast.
Tannehill looking, takes a shot downfield. It's...
Oh.
Did Southern
Did he-
pick that off?
Yeah, looks like he did. But we got to see what the flag is.
Offsides on 6, so it doesn't matter. Great effort there by Deion Shepard. I'm sorry, Deion Southern, I beg your pardon.
4 seconds left on the clock for one Hail Mary.
Big True, Deion Southern, doing some toe jag swag to try to make that interception happen, but to no avail on the offsides penalty. Barring a defensive penalty, this should be the last play of the first half. And we will start the third quarter with a running clock. With a 38-point lead for
There is a defensive penalty or a
Sick. Tannehill back to throw. Here comes the mighty Quinn. And here comes Ahmad. And Tannehill will just run it for life and run out of bounds and save himself for another half. So after one half of football, it is 50-12 in favor of Sickwidit.
See what they do here, too, because this last time that they did this on the throw-off, it went out of bounds.
Yes.
It was a duck.
Yes.
And it wasn't going to get to the 25-yard line anyway.
Yes.
So let's see what he does with it this time.
Keith Ramsey puts it up there, and Lavish will catch it from the 25. He's to the 40, 45, 50, 45-yard line. Nice return by Lavish.
And Ramsey was going for the ball.
Plus field position for Sickwidit, as they will have their first possession of the second half with a 38-point lead. And as we said, because of that, it will be running clock for the whole entire third quarter unless OTT goes on a run and gets back in this game.
Well, and the thing about this right now, if they let them take the ball, march down the field, well, not much marching to do from the 45-yard line. If they score right here, we're going to have a 42-point differential.
Correct.
Ooh, say out in at fullback.
And the give is to Shep. And Shep goes left. Shep still on his feet. Shep cuts back inside. Shepard first down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Palmer and Ramsey going at it.
Nice run there by Cool
love
Case
it.
Justin Shepard.
I love it. It's spicy.
Sick trying to make this a three-quarter night, and Darren Palmer is just a football player, let me tell you. He's got 2 touchdowns tonight, receiving.
And let me tell you, there's nothing better than when you're blocking and you can put somebody out. And when I say out, I'm talking about out of the play, not out of the game.
Yes.
And they're out of the play, and your guy is able to score.
Murphy's got a touchdown
like
pass.
Say out, up the
say
man.
And there's
Oh.
Big Man with football, and he slips. as the turf monster plays a part.
I don't know. That looked like a heads-up tackle. Let's see
That's
that play
a great tackle.
Because I don't think it was just.
Oh, no, that was a great technique by Ramsey.
Yeah.
Robert Ramsey Jr., number 97.
There's no back down.
Held up a little bit better than his brother
In
did.
either of those Ramsey brothers. You are absolutely right.
No, I love it.
They don't care how big you are.
No. They're football players.
I mean, yeah, you get trucked, but you still make the tackle. It should tell you everything you need to know about the brothers.
Oh. Well, as we always say, you can't coach hard. You can't coach intangibles.
No.
You really can't.
No, and they're on the right team. Because, I mean, we keep talking about how OTT has nothing but heart.
Correct.
We've seen this look a couple of times, and it's always dangerous.
From the 25. Here comes Jones. Quick out to Shep. Shep's got blocks. Shep cuts inside. Shepard falls down.
I think he tripped on Murphy's leg.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
I think so. He's telling him nice block,
Yeah.
but I think that's what took him
Yeah.
down was that little back step when he was blocking.
And we'll check the replay here yet again.
Right there. Yep.
They
Tripped
connect-
over his foot.
They connected toes, and if ever the big toe should meet.
Playing footsies.
Not exactly what I would have said, Scott, but all right.
Oh, my bad. I meant it.
Man, is it just me or did the temperature drop?
It
Again,
kind of dropped just a smidge.
it's definitely warmer downstairs than it is up in this press box. I'll tell
Really?
you that.
That's
Oh,
interest-
yeah.
That's interesting. All right, 12:06 to go here in the third.
Let's see, we got trips left.
Motion out to the right. Knox by himself.
Geary looking for Knox. Touchdown. No!
Oh,
He
what
did
are they
not
calling?
complete the
What are they
catch.
calling? Incomplete.
He did not complete
Incomplete.
the catch.
The ref thought about calling it a touchdown.
But you got to complete the catch. And he did not do that.
You're right.
Can we see? I
was
think
hoping to see
what
that,
he had is he had a step and a half maybe,
And
the ball came out. So
It was just shy.
yeah,
So you're saying it wasn't the two equivalent football moves to complete the catch. Is that what you're saying?
correct.
Oh, got it.
Hit him.
Okay. Ball still at the 10-yard line. And Sayal just declared eligible on the line. Shep in motion. Geary shovel pass to big man with football.
Oh.
Big. Oh, big Oos. Foxy. Oh, touchdown. Sickwidit.
I'm not sure what is
Saya Sayal. Yeah, that was Ramsey.
is it Ramsey? I don't know what
Yeah.
he's complaining about to the ref. It looked like it was.
He thought it was an elbow to the face.
Oh, because it looked like it was just he just ran through him.
He thinks it's an elbow.
He thought it was an elbow.
Well, they're talking about something, so we should be getting a call here shortly.
Yeah,
but
we are
I'm
going to
not-
get a discussion.
I'm not sure what I didn't see it, so I can't say anything about it. I can't say whether
No,
he lowered his shoulder.
I think he just followed through on trying to push off the guy like after the contact. I think it was a clean run through.
Was it?
Yeah, that's
It was hard to see.
confirmation from the Mr. Derek Duncan on the side is he was complaining about an elbow.
Oh, they threw a flag.
Yep, penalty
Comes the
flag. So they're
Touchdown's
calling
going
a
to stand.
touchdown.
It's unsportsmanlike on Sickwidit. So the touchdown will stand, but there is a penalty against Sick for unsportsmanlike conduct.
I wish we had the mics reffed up so we could go down there and ask him.
You mean the refs mic'd up?
The mics reffed up.
Mike's reffed up. Mike's on the refs, reffed up. Got it.
Refs mic'd up.
But nonetheless, the touchdown will stand. It is a shovel pass touchdown
I meant the
to Josiah Sayal, the big Oos.
Mike linebacker.
Geary looking,
Curtis got
throwing.
him.
Oh,
Incomplete. So,
All right.
we'll take this break. It is 56-12 in favor of Sick. You're watching the Fall Brawl on Fox 5.2. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Fall Brawl here at Bonanza High. Scott the Viking McCorkle, Chris Vera. And hi, I'm Anthony Alvarez. Nice to meet you.
Mr. Dub.
So it will be Grimsley back to receive the 3-on-1 throw-off.
It's like Southern's going to throw it off this time. Curtis.
Southern
and
Jones, and that looks like it is DeMario Grace.
So this is where they have the
This is the
penalty.
track team.
No, this is the penalty.
Yes.
Why they backed him up
Yes,
so far.
yes.
Probably why they put all those fast guys in there to go down there and
The
cover the
unsportsmanlike conduct.
field. Makes sense. Makes sense.
The 37-yard line for the return. New thrower.
Nice throw.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Eyes over his head.
He better go get that. And there's Grimsley. 1-man miss. Southern holding on for dear life as he's been all night.
33-yard line will be first and 10.
And it's from the 33-yard line where OTT will get their first possession.
With 8 minutes, 44 seconds left
So as it stands right now,
in the quarter, which could be in the game.
with a
For roughly 20 points.
44-point lead,
Yes, that's math.
with 8:30 in the clock continuing to run.
So what you're saying, the math is mathing?
Yes.
Oh, it math.
Meaning,
It took him
if,
a second.
meaning,
but it
if, meaning if it stays like this, by the end of the third quarter, it will be counting as a win for Sickwidit and more than likely the number 2 seed for Sickwidit in the Fall Brawl playoffs, which will start next Sunday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here on Caffeine, A7FL.TV, Fox 5.2, and Cox Channel 125. Hornbeak comes to the near side, gets across the 35-yard line.
Definitely keep working.
If you
And-
watch how they ran that last play, they kind of tried to set a trap for a say out, and it just didn't work really well.
7:45 and continuing to count down as, of course, as you know, once the lead gets to at least 28 points, by the time you get to the third quarter, it is a running clock. Of course, anything that is above 42-point differential, the game ends after the third quarter. Here comes oh no, that is
Running back.
Hornbeak again, close to a first down for Sickwidit.
Matthew Murphy on the tackle from the DM position. We got Matthew Murphy, Sayout, and Knox. That would be a starting D line on anybody's team.
Correct.
Well, I mean, outside of one team.
Correct. Oh, they're going to call that a first down for Hornbeak.
Anywhere,
had a-
anywhere but the Insomniacs.
Hornbeak has been showing
Hornbeak
himself
has
to be
been-
a player.
Showing
he-
some talent here tonight, for
Yes,
sure.
he has.
He's got heart.
Oh, but he just
Got
moved.
2.
They're not going to call it. Tannehill rolling out to his right. He's going to keep it himself and gets out of bounds.
Oh, that was a business decision.
He made the right
that
one.
was a business decision.
I
Curtis
think
was coming.
I think he made the right business decision as we take a look at the replay right
Oh,
here.
that's a jump. But look at him get out the way when Curtis was coming.
No, Curtis was coming with passion.
Ooh.
Oh, he was going to light him up.
Yeah.
Big time.
He was coming with it for sure. 6.5 to go. Tannehill back
Oh,
to throw. That is Keith Ramsey.
so many Sickwidit jerseys.
And yet it took all that
Joe
to get him
Jackson.
down. And it took all that to get him down.
Mr. Joe Jackson.
The original line of scrimmage will be 3rd and 7.
He's everywhere.
Yes.
All the time.
6:15 and counting.
Especially with Tito.
This rotation for Sickwidit should be used a little more often. Like, I get it, sometimes cardio is the issue, but that last rotation they had in there, if they mixed up those 6 guys a little bit and found the right combination
Yeah.
to this,
Yeah. You're not wrong. You're not
that could do a
wrong.
lot.
You are not wrong.
Matt Murphy and Knox are both amazing DNs.
Tannehill going downfield and nobody's there except for Southern, and it's incomplete.
Just out of the outstretched hands of the defender.
He got a tippy touch on it.
Receiver in sight.
He did.
4th down.
Got 2 fingers on it.
And this sets up 4th down. And obviously, you would think OTT is going to go for it. But I could be wrong.
It's definitely that time. OTT has to go for it. Why not? Yeah, 44 points,
I would think there's
tipping on 4-4s.
Yeah, but come on, it's a continuously running clock. They have to. This is just one of those situations. They need the first down. They need this to continue.
You're not wrong.
But who do you give it to?
Keith Ramsey
I'd have the Ramseys do rock, paper, scissors for it.
or Hornbeak.
Right now, Hornbeak.
That was so close.
Tannehill's going to keep it himself. Gets a block.
He read that wrong.
And, Joe Jackson, my goodness. Sheesh.
He might have a headache after that one.
Just a little one.
Be a turnover on down.
And Sick will get the ball one more time with 4:33 and counting. And
I will say this is the most amount of plays we've seen Tannehill play in a row.
Yes.
And he's settling into the position.
That's what I was saying.
He's making more steady decisions, better decisions with the football. I'm not saying it's showing because of who they're playing against, but I can see where he could start building on this. I like it, and this is something that Chris brought up earlier before the game, and he's been harping on. Let's see him stick with one system. Now, it just so happens they ran into Joe Jackson.
yes,
And that's never good for anybody, really.
correct.
But,
It's bad for your health.
well, Depends on how you're built.
That's true too.
Well,
So here we go.
Like
3:50 to go.
Or like a bowling ball.
Yeah.
3:50 to go here in the
bus.
contest and counting, as this game will definitely going to end here after the
I
third
could keep
quarter.
going cheering for my guys all day long.
Or like a juice.
Geary looking to throw, rolling out, going downfield.
Got
Lavish
him.
has got it. Touchdown,
Touchdown.
Sickwidit.
That's a dot. That's a dot. There's a flag. There's a flag.
Wait, hold everything. Bringing it back.
Got a holding.
Oh no, I think that's not a good. I don't know. I don't know.
Scotty is running in motion because
I
he does
don't
not.
know.
He does not agree with it. Personal
it's not that I
foul
don't
on
agree
Sick.
with it. So the footage kind of scrambled there for the first couple of seconds, so I don't know what went on right as the ball was snapped on the line, but I think that was called on Gabe, on Daniel Oakley, and I think Oakley just fell, and then Gabe fell on top of him at the end of that.
Either way it goes, what we have right here is a penalty that brought back a, what is that? Pretty much a 60-yard touchdown, unfortunately.
That's going to push it back 20 yards from the original line of scrimmage.
So we've got first down and forever.
First and Sloan.
Yeah.
First and state line.
And all day.
Oh, we got another penalty flag. We'd have a first down. but
Curtis
hold on.
Jones
What do we got
made
going
the
on?
catch.
We got
Another
flag.
Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Look at this.
Ooh,
Personal foul.
They're going at it.
offset. So we'll redo the play.
I like this trench warfare. Let's go.
All right, so we'll do this again.
Salute to you both, Gabe Ruiz and to Daniel Oakley, man. I appreciate y'all going out there and fighting like that.
What Scotty is trying to say, fans, is he appreciates the passion.
Man, they're going at it. They kept it in the
what
rules of
football
football.
is.
Yeah, they
Yes,
kept
it
it in
is.
the rules of football. It's beautiful.
Geary back to throw, steps into it. Oh, big man with football. Great catch by Haywood. Down the sideline out of bounds.
Wow.
Inside the 40.
Wow.
Steps out of bounds for the 38-yard line by Haywood.
Ramsey brothers saying, you got one on me.
Yep.
You got one on me.
Look, number 23 was coming off the edge hot. And I'm not sure if that's the right name for him. I don't know if we have the updated roster on that one. 23? I know I've asked it a couple times. Travion Jones, man, J-Dot had a great block on him coming back from whatever was going on with his knee earlier.
And it goes back to the big man, Haywood, inside the 35,
On
inside
the
the 30,
slant.
25, inside the 25-yard line. Another first down for Sickwidit.
Great ball security. They went for the ball.
Try to get in the end zone. Let's see if they can do it.
And can they get in the end zone before the
47.
end of the game? They do have 3 timeouts they can use if they want to do it.
No, they can't.
No, they can't. That's running clock. Never mind. Geary, back to throw.
Now,
Ooh.
Rolling out.
Good block.
Rolling.
In the grass.
And G. Hurd just whirly birds him out of bounds.
And that
So-
clock is going to continue to run.
just real quick, guys, before we start to recap the game and everything, would it be a penalty if they tried to call the timeout, or would it just be ignored altogether?
I think it would be ignored. I don't think
But
it's
if
a penalty.
let's just say you got the ref to stop the clock real quick. right?
Well, barring a defensive penalty, this will be the last play of the game.
10 seconds.
It's to Lavish.
And they go with the three.
Lavish,
Which is always
waiting for his blockers. Lavish, great job!
Oh, wow.
Finds the end zone. Touchdown,
Touchdown.
Sickwidit.
touchdown. Sickwidit to end the
See,
game. They'll make it 62.
they hung in there at first. They stayed in the thick of it. They didn't back down, not an inch, not for a minute. Got to give a lot of love to OTT.
But like I
this
said,
is what we were expecting.
Exactly.
This-
But what we were talking about before the game started
Yes, sir.
is exactly what happened. We wanted to see the kid come in and stick around for a little bit before he left and get some work in at quarterback. He got the work in at QB. It looked good. So now they have something that they're building on, which I like.
Yeah, it's good. And of course, everybody's got a whole bunch of emotion and attitude, and things are running high. My guy Crown just stopped by the booth, man. Much love, appreciate you. But man, a lot of guts for OTT to come out and play the
It's a
way
lot
they
of
did
heart.
against who they played against, and we really with nothing but their own pride on the line. And we hear so many things in the media and all that about how pride can be a bad thing. Sometimes the right amount of pride goes a long way in life and in football, and this transitions past A7 and goes into life in general. With the right amount of pride and the right amount of work hard, it shows.
Well, with this win and this win by 50 points, it pretty much all but assures that Sickwidit will be, at worst, the number 2 seed. Now, of course, in an hour, and we'll talk about what's coming up in an hour. We'll take this break. Final score, 62-12 in all in favor of Sickwidit. You're watching the Fall Brawl on Fox 5.2. We'll be back.